You keep crying about how bad Classic is right now. You want Classic Plus, you want Vision, you want change, but you're still logging in every single night. And guess what that tells Blizzard? That it's all fine, that they can keep doing exactly what they're doing. If you're not happy with Classic, stop playing it. That's the only language they can understand. You're telling them, yeah, this is good enough. There are too many damn versions of this game. When Blizzard first announced Classic, it was supposed to be this one definitive experience. 5 different versions of the game. 5 different metas and 5 different groups of people that are all insisting their version is the true Classic. It's exhausting. You can't even have a conversation about Classic anymore without having to clarify which game you're playing. Oh, you play Classic? Yeah, which one? Your character used to mean something, you invested time, you built a name, your guild had a story. Now every Classic version feels temporary. You level up, gear up, and then Blizzard just says, alright, thanks for playing, wipe it clean, here's the next version. And Mob Classic is already showing signs of the same burnout cycle. People are afraid to commit because they don't even know if it's gonna go to retail or Warlords of Draenor Classic. And that's exactly why I quit. I even started a YouTube channel because I was so bored. And I never thought I'd say this, but Classic, the game that was supposed to save WoW from retail, somehow become worse. Retail used to be the one everyone mocked for being soulless, easy, and full of systems, but at least retail knows what it is. Classic, on the other hand, doesn't even know what it's trying to be anymore, and what's left is just elitism and gatekeeping. You try to join a raid in Classic these days and it's link logs, link achievements, link your world buffs, and link your soul please. There's no sense of adventure, no sense of community, just a spreadsheet simulator with a chat box attached. It's wild. Retail, the game everyone used to dunk on, is now the one that's actually fun again. And nobody's talking about this problem. The raid login in these games. You log in, raid for a few hours, and then log out for 6 days. That's it. There's nothing to do outside of raids. Just alts and doing the same content. No new goals, no meaningful solo progression. Just empty world, empty servers, and the same players doing the same things. People defend this like it's the authentic experience, but no, it's just bad design that's being romanticized because it's old. The problem isn't that the game's outdated, it's that Blizzard refuses to move it forward in a meaningful way. There's no roadmap, no Classic future. Just short-term projects that end in silence. Meanwhile, out of everything, Retail has a vision. They're looking ahead years into the future. They're simplifying classes, fixing spell bloat, rebalancing, or even pruning add-ons. And yes, player housing, a feature that the players wanted since vanilla. They're taking the lessons from 20 years of WoW and actually trying to build something new with them. Meanwhile, Classic is stuck arguing about whether looking for dungeon was a mistake. Retail now feels more like Classic than Classic does, because it's actually exciting again. And this is the twist that still blows my mind. Retail is actually fun again. You log in, there's stuff to do, the zones look incredible, class design feels tighter, and Blizzard is actively talking to the community again. The new expansion Midnight looks like it's going to be a return to form. Fewer buttons, better world content, a focus on class fantasy, housing, they're trimming the fat, no piling on more. That's exactly what Classic should have been doing. Instead, Classic feels stuck, like it's terrified of changing anything because it might upset the purists. But that's the problem. You can't preserve a game forever and expect it to stay fun. And maybe the saddest part of all this is that the community isn't the same anymore. Classic used to be about people. You'd meet someone in Stranglethorn Vale and then add them to your friends list. Now it's passing meters and Discord elitism. Players aren't playing with each other, they're playing around each other, trying to optimize, trying to flex, trying to prove they're doing Classic right. And all that companionship, that sense of being part of something bigger, it's gone. Classic ran on nostalgia for years, and it worked because nostalgia is powerful. But nostalgia fades. At some point you realize you're not chasing the game anymore, you're chasing the feeling it gave you. And that feeling can't be patched in. It can't be remade with new seasons or Classic Plus rumors. You either evolve the game or you let it rot. And right now Classic is rotting slowly. For me, the final straw was logging into Mob and seeing all this celestial dungeons that you had to do in order to get into a raid, and that's all you did in that game full of dailies and bullshit. Like, what are we even talking about? The world just felt dead. And that's when it hit me. The version of Classic I loved doesn't even exist anymore. So yeah, I quit Classic WoW. Not because I hate it, but because it's not worth fighting for anymore. And maybe you should too. Because the more you keep logging in, the more you keep pretending it's fine, the longer Blizzard will keep milking it instead of fixing it. If you actually want change, stop playing. Show them you're not satisfied. Classic doesn't need another season or expansion. It needs a direction, a purpose, a soul. And until Blizzard gives it that, I'm done. Classic used to feel like home. Now it feels like a bunch of empty houses on servers no one visits anymore. I'll always love what it meant to me, but I can't keep pretending it's still that game. Maybe someday Blizzard will actually figure out what Classic should be. Maybe they'll give it a vision it deserves. But until then, I'll be over here, actually having fun, in retail of all places. Yeah, didn't see that coming either, but it's actually fun.